Finale cinematic, and then we'll watch the post-raid cutscene.
You do not fathom what dragonkind was meant to be, but you will. Go! Tell them we will scour this world of the Titan's stain.
So before we continue, because we've already seen this one, Raszageth is already a better villain than Zuvul. Now, here comes the rub as to why that is. Because Raszageth is also introduced for the first time in this expansion, and in all the way back in Shadowlands, I made the claim that you cannot introduce a villain into the story and then, you know, expect players to care. Like, you can't just introduce them and then make them a big deal and players will care. And I'm proven wrong with the introduction of Raszageth. But the reason Raszageth is a better villain than Zuvul is because none of Raszageth's goals is obscure. Raszageth doesn't lie. Raszageth isn't trying to play some 5D chess game. Raszageth tells us within the first few seconds of meeting her what she wants to do, how she's going to do it, and why we should be afraid of her. And this immediately gives players a reason to like Raszageth, but also not like Raszageth, because it's going to be an issue. So really well done from Blizzard on Raszageth being the first villain of this expansion. Now, since there is a Raszageth Finale cinematic, I'm assuming that Raszageth dies rather early on. This means that the other elemental or the Primal Incarnates and so on and so forth, hopefully they're dealt with in the exact same manner.
Let the storm be the harbinger of our return.
It is done. We stopped her.
Did you, though?
No. The damage is too great. They're about to...
Oops.
Sister, what have they done to you?
Oops.
Death demands vengeance.
Oh!
You betrayed dragonkind to the Titans. Will face our wrath.
Khadgar, we cannot win this fight. We have to get out of here!
That was fucking close, bro. This is now, what, the third time? Is it right? So Raszageth first said that the dragon aspects have betrayed dragonkind. Okay. Because they were built by the Titans. And Zereth Mortis was built by the first ones, who's the parents of the Titans. So they would have similar build styles. It's not really that they're similar to Zereth Mortis. They're similar to Titan structures everywhere. Zigzags, thanks for the 50 bits, dude. Really appreciate that. So, first Raszageth says that the dragon aspects betrayed dragonkind to the Titans. Then, of course, we have now... was that Iridicron? Yeah, Iridicron is the fire elemental dragon, no? But so we have the Primal Incarnates as a rule, believing that the dragon aspects betrayed the dragons to the Titans. And then we have another one, which I think a lot of people probably don't remember. But if you read The Dawn of the Aspects, like just reread it if you haven't already. It's very cool now that we see Dragonflight. Read it. It's really cool. But Deathwing believes that they betrayed the dragons to the Titans. Like, Deathwing believes that the Titans betrayed them. That the gift, so to speak, of the dragon aspects were not gifts at all. Deathwing calls them prisons. So there's a scene in the book where Thrall is inside the planet. He's inside Azeroth, and he's inside this hole in Azeroth. And Thrall is basically face to face with Deathwing. And Thrall and Deathwing, in this conversation, Deathwing basically tells Thrall that everything Thrall sees, everything Thrall thinks he knows, is a lie. None of it is true. And that he will be the one to put things right. He will, the same as Raszageth and them, destroy all elements of the Titans on Azeroth. That's Deathwing's plan. He needs to destroy every trace of the Titans on Azeroth. Why? That's the big question. Why do the Incarnates, the Primalists, why do they believe that the dragon aspects, because it's not so much the dragon aspects, it's the Titans' role that they played in the creation of the dragon aspects. So it's the Titans that they hate, and they hate the dragon aspects because the dragon aspects exist due to the Titans. But what exactly is it? What happened that should not have happened according to the Primal Incarnates? Have they revealed who was stronger, the Elementals or the Primalists? Okay, so we know, I'm not entirely sure, Thromko, what you're asking there. Because we know that the Primal Incarnates are stronger than the Aspects. Now, if you're asking the Elemental Lords or the Primal Incarnates, I would have to say the Elemental Lords are probably stronger than the Primal Incarnates, just because the Primal Incarnates are the kids of the Elemental Lords, because the dragons, or the proto-dragons at least, were born from the elemental forces, right? So the Elemental Lords rule over the elements. The proto-dragons came from the elements, or the elemental planes. Although they could probably be stronger now, but they do use the power of the elements. So I don't think they could fight the Elemental Lords. On top of this, Odin agrees with the Primalists. Yeah, Odin is another one, right? Who don't quite, I guess, believe in the mission of the Titans. Odin is another one. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to make of it. It's going to be interesting to see how the story plays out, because, yeah, there's a lot of things that don't make immediate sense to me. Well, I'll probably have to wait and see, I guess. Yeah, I meant the Lords, but lore-wise, shouldn't we be much stronger since we beat up the Lords ages ago? But I get what you mean. Well, we've beaten the Lords, that's true, but we never really killed them. I think they return to the elemental plane when you kill them. And I'm not sure if you were to fight one of the elemental lords inside the elemental plane, that could be difficult. Because so far, we've only really beaten them when they break free of their prisons. Because technically, the elemental planes are still prisons. The Titans literally closed it off. So it is possible that if we were to venture into one of these elemental planes, there we would have a very, very hard time trying to kill the elemental lords.